in a minute, people saying they don't want diversity, equity, inclusion is going to be talking about they don't want American families. American families are not the same as they were. American families are mixed. They come from mixed cultures, mixed backgrounds, mixed people, and our economy can't grow unless we see everybody in it and we include folks in our economy.
Absolutely.
Right? So it has this whole argument about merit is a thin veil to uphold racism and white supremacy.
Shop at Costco.
Shop at Costco. Shop at Costco. Shop at Costco.
Everybody's getting him right.
We need the shop. We need the shop. We need y'all to shop. Okay, we need y'all to start shopping.
Okay.
Okay, please.
Start shopping.
Start shopping.
Mr. Sharpton, what's your favorite item from Costco?
Chicken.
Chicken.
He doesn't eat chicken. What did we buy for you today?
Thank you.
All the two. Y'all walking with the governor.
That's right. Please don't shop. It will defeat our purpose if you do not shop. Please, the story will be you all didn't shop. Go back and shop.
Pull them Costco cards.
Give out cards. We do not need you all. We'll see you on the way back. We need you to go in and shop, please.
Hey, excuse me, Mayor. My name's Elaad. I'm a journalist with a small digital media company called Timcast News. Is there
It's cool outside, man.
Can I get a couple minutes of your time? I'll walk with you wherever you're going.
About what?
About why you're here today, obviously.
Okay,
Awesome. So we're out here today outside of a Costco here in New Jersey where you, Reverend Al Sharpton, and others organized a boycott in support of Costco's DEI policies. Can I ask why you decided to do that and what does DEI mean to you?
Well, I decided to do it because it's right. You got to support people who support you. I mean, that's just fundamental, right? We give our money to a lot of people, and we have to start disciplining ourselves. People who don't support us, who want to dismantle diversity, want to dismantle equity and inclusion, then what they're saying is they don't want to support us, so we shouldn't support them. Yeah. And that's really what it is. And I think the point that was made, that was clear. There was a time when African Americans who went to medical school or law school became doctors and lawyers could not practice law or medicine in this country and became porters and maids and postal workers and social workers, which became a high-class job in our community. What DEI does and did, not just for African Americans, but for many people, was allow people the opportunity to use their skills that they studied, that they practiced, in fields that they were denied. And this is that opportunity, right? And so what they've done is flipped it to mean that people are not qualified, that they don't deserve their jobs, and that's just not true.
To follow up, how would you respond to somebody who says we should be hiring strictly on merit and not on DEI or other qualities like that?
We are hiring
Isn't
on
on DEI more than just, it's diversity, equity, inclusion, not merit. There's no merit in there.
Yes, it is merit. The merit is the fact that we worked hard, we went to school. We studied, we have experience. The problem is that there's been barriers for us to get in specific fields. And what DEI does is remove those barriers, remove those obstacles.
We've seen rollbacks to affirmative action in 2023. The Supreme Court's been rolling back things like this. What do you think the future of DEI and other sort of programs like this will be in our country?
America is slowly and surely becoming a country that is of mixed race, a country that is people of color, slowly and surely. So in a minute, people saying they don't want diversity, equity, inclusion is going to be talking about they don't want American families. American families are not the same as they were. American families are mixed. They come from mixed cultures, mixed backgrounds, mixed people, and our economy can't grow unless we see everybody in it and we include folks in our economy.
Absolutely.
Right? So it has this whole argument about merit is a thin veil to uphold racism and white supremacy.
Absolutely. There's one last question I had for you.
Last question, brother.
So former President Joe Biden originally promised. So former President.
I gotta box this
For,
up.
former President Joe Biden promised to not pardon his son and other family members, and he ended up pardoning his son and other family members. Do you support or condemn his decision to do so?
Well, that's on him. I don't support or condemn anything that he's done. That's his family member. That's his son. I mean, most fathers would probably do something similar.
Does it matter that he said he wouldn't do it?
Well, that's on him. You should talk to him about it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hello.
I'm working on it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's the mayor. I'm here with Congresswoman McIver of New Jersey. I believe it's Newark. Al Sharpton and you just marched through Costco for a boycott. Can you tell me a little bit more about why you guys decided to come out?
I mean, well, definitely we see the attacks from our recent administration, the Trump administration, from our president, cracking down on DEI and applying political pressure towards different corporations and companies and even federal departments to stop supporting diversity, equity, and inclusion in their workplaces. And so we're here to support Costco's today, who has stood firm and not folded on political pressure to stop their DEI initiative, but also stand strong behind them. And so we definitely want to push the initiative that we want people to support those who support them. And it's good to be here at Costco's today spending our dollars, as I personally say, spending my DEI dollars as a woman and as a black woman here in this community, because that's what we have to do. We can't allow for them to be bullied. We've saw a couple of Republican leaders try to send letters to Costco's and, bully them and try to get them to change their perspective on supporting DEI initiatives. And so we have to be here to show up. So I'm super excited that there are over 200 people here today shopping, enjoying, supporting the, market of Costco's. And I'm about to do the same thing.
Can I ask, how would you respond to somebody who says we should be hiring based on merit and not necessarily based on DEI?
Well, first of all, I think you should be doing both, number one. I think at the end of the day, are we to say that just because I'm a black woman, I don't have any merit, I don't have any experience that got me to where I'm at? No, but there were systems set in place before where I wouldn't have got the opportunity had I not been black and woman, even with those merits.
Sure.
And that's the problem. And I don't think people are looking at that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess how would you respond to somebody who says merit's taking a back seat to try to fill up spots with other races for the equity part of DEI?
I don't agree with that. I think that's, just something that people are using. It's just another scare tactic, from this administration. I think there are people who are very qualified, have merit, and they can be a person of color, or they can be queer, or they can be disabled. At the end of the day, I just think, it's a tactic to make people think that everyone who are in jobs are not qualified to be there.
This will be my last question. Donald Trump won the popular vote in this past election. What do you think that says about the state of our country if Trump won the presidency kind of on a mandate to go at DEI and do other policies that he has in mind?
Well, I don't necessarily think that's the only reason why he won the election, just because of DEI. I think there were a number of hosts of things that would take me all day out here to explain why he might have won the election. I think also, too, there are a lot of, families that, have some disagreement to the last administration, a lot of things, a lot of pocketbook issues, a lot of, kitchen table issues that weren't being addressed. And I think, that might have caused, some negativity of why we ended up November 5th with the results we ended up with. But I don't necessarily think it's because most people support Trump's policies. I think, we've seen some things happen, and some people didn't even think that, the president would be doing those things, So it's a little bit more deeper than that.
On Joe Biden's way out, he decided to pardon not only his son, but many other family members. What do you think of Joe Biden's decision to pardon his son and other family members?
Well, I think, number one, this administration, the new Trump administration, is super unhinged. And I think in a matter of trying to protect folks, I mean, he just didn't pardon his own, family members. He pardoned even people that he thought they would be coming after, like General Milley and other folks.
This is after he said he wouldn't pardon his son. Do you support or condemn him pardoning his family members and son?
At the end of the day, I don't have any, take on it at all. I think at the end of the day, he did what he did, and that's what he did as a dad. But I just want to go back to the first question you asked me about the pardons. He just didn't pardon his family members. He pardoned others that Donald Trump and them had threatened to go after, and they're doing that right now. Just like General Milley, who just got his security stripped from him. They're trying to strip a star from him and removed his picture off the wall. And this was the highest ranking person in our military. It's crazy. But thank you.
Congresswoman, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you.